feel its first breath. A silent call inviting me to challenge myself. Then the silence vanished, and the desert began to speak. Every curve, every jump, a dialogue between man and nature. The desert tests my will, pushing me beyond my limits. And in those moments, I find my strength, my essence.
Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge.
Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge.
Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge.
As the sun sets, the desert quiets, but its spirit remains alive. I know that tomorrow it will all begin again. A new adventure awaits me. With each new day, the cycle begins anew. Are you ready to kick off again?
Welcome, everybody. We are here for the 2025 Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. This is stage 2. We're getting ready to send the cars off the start line. My name is Austin Fishfarner, and I'm going to bring you guys some more coverage today. Hopefully, you guys tuned in earlier and saw our live start of the bikes. It's been pretty exciting. We have some bikes that are already out on course, and we have a few more guests that are going to be joining us today, too. So, but first of all, let's go over and I'll show you a little bit about the stage here. And then we have, we got a couple guests coming in. We have George is going to be joining us. Hey, George, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for coming back again. And then we're also going to have Tony joining us. And thanks you guys for joining us once again today.
Not a problem. Excited.
Yeah,
thanks.
So if you guys are just tuned in now and you didn't watch earlier, I'm going to go over the stage real quick. So this is what stage 2 looks like. So stage 2 is a 228 kilometer special. They had a short liaison to get there in the morning. It transfers 61 kilometers. Then they're going to do a 228 kilometers. The cars do not stop. The cars do have a big enough fuel tank. They're able to make it the whole way. So they're going to do the whole special without stopping. It consists of 43% sand, we can see, and 37% dunes. So basically the whole thing is sand and dunes once again today, just like yesterday, pretty much. There's no rocks or anything today, but that's what the stage looks like. Here's a little map of what it looks like too. So they start up here in Missouri in the bivouac. They just do a transit down here, do a circle, come out by the Saudi Arabia border, and then head back in, and a short finish back over to the bivouac. So, Tony and George, when you guys have done these before, the race actually starts at the DSS, but your day starts pretty early, right? Because you got to wake up early in the morning and be able to drive out to the special, huh?
Go ahead, Tony. Oh, no, it does start early, just depending on what time they are. The bikes actually start really early. Most of the time, they're right at daybreak. So
Yeah.
the truck guys get to actually sleep in a little bit, but the bike guys also finish a lot earlier. So it's sort of a catch-22 if you want to get done with the stage early, or is like in Dakar where there's a bunch of cars, those guys don't finish till dark. At these kind of races, mostly everybody's finishing before dark, so it makes it nice.
Yeah, true. That is one thing that doesn't really come into play much out here is the nighttime. So there's no night driving. You're not in the dunes at night, any of that stuff out here. So a little bit different than what some of us are used to over here in North America. But yeah, it makes it nice getting back before it gets dark. You get to eat some dinner and everything. Unless you have a problem, then you might be out there after dark, huh?
Yeah, correct. And it'll show you on that first page. A lot of this, like at these kind of races, sometimes they actually close the stage before dark. So it just depends how the rally organization is set up for the kind of racing. Dakar, they sort of stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it will show you when, like, basically the last car will be allowed to finish. If not, then you time out and you get your full penalty for the day.
That makes sense. Yeah, it says the max time for this stage looks like 7 hours and 30 minutes, basically. So that's what you're talking about there, right? They don't let you go past
Correct.
that. Yeah.
Yep, they will not. Yeah, if you don't finish by then, you automatically get that penalty. Plus, you'll actually get penalties on top of that if you get outside assistance to get towed in also. So
Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. Well, here we go. We got our first cars starting to pull up to the start line. So we have, let me see, who do we have here at the start? Let's go over here. Looks like we're gonna have the car 203 is gonna be the first car off the line today. That is gonna be Lucas Morales from, let's see, was that Brazil? It's from, and then one of the Toyota Gazoo cars.
You guys got me now?
Yeah, we got you
Yeah.
now, Tony.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Yeah,
So
like George
this,
was saying with those liaisons in the mornings, I mean, sometimes some of them can be, like we're talking earlier, Fish, with those liaisons, they could be, a couple hundred miles, or I think one of them we had was like almost 200 kilometers just to get the stage started, and then we had another, 200 special. So it's a long
Yeah.
days.
yeah, that's a long way just to get started, just to get to the start line. And you have to now in the cars, are you allowed to have your co-driver drive, or does the driver have to drive the whole time?
So they used to let them switch, but now we've noticed that none of the drivers and co-drivers switch. So they may have had a rule change somewhere in the organization. But yeah, normally you'd see, especially when like Robbie and Callan them race, you'd see
Yeah.
Robbie like sleeping after the stage or whatever, and Callan would be driving. But now it always looks like this time even Carlos looked like he was sleeping at the wheel when he was driving. So
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the
yeah.
bike guys.
I think they may, but I'm not. Yeah, most of the videos you see of the stuff lately, you don't see much of them switching. Usually, you'll see it on someone's social, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, and the bike guys, they don't have that option. We know they're riding the whole time, right?
oh god,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Those guys,
brutal.
they're hurting when you see the liaison helicopter shots and you see them side saddling, switching back and forth because it hurts.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of the bikes, while we're waiting for the car to start here, let me see. We'll go over here and we'll turn the car on picture in picture here. So this is the bikes. They started earlier. They started at 8 o'clock. Daniel Sanders is currently in the lead on corrected time through kilometer 104 on the stage. That is the gas stop. So they've gone through the gas stop. They refueled there. Daniel Sanders had a lead of just about a minute. What is that? About a minute and 18 seconds over Ricky Brabeck in second at that spot. And then we had Nacho in third. And then in fourth and fifth was the Benavides and then Skylar Howes. So that's your top five. All the GP class. The highest R2 bike right now is in 8th position, and that is the lead bike from yesterday. So that's the checkpoint where we have the most amount of cars through. At 139, we only have 3 through so far. Ricky Brabeck is leading right there, but we have to wait and see because Daniel Sanders has not come through there yet, and he was leading at the last checkpoint before that. So always got to keep that in mind. Just like all kinds of racing, this is not a land rush start, so it does go off corrected time.
No, it's good. Ricky's up there, and looks like Skylar actually jumped up a couple positions. So if he, maintains his pace right now, he'll actually make up some minutes on everybody.
Yeah, definitely. He's making up. It looks like the dunes today. Ricky's actually riding a bit harder than yesterday, or maybe he turned it up a little bit, but he's having a little bit better day than he did yesterday so far. It looks like.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
the other guys, that guy's already got he's already got a minute and bonus time already, so he'll move up pretty well.
Yeah. All right. Looks
The
like
the other guy, Monster
30
Energy.
seconds. Might have been 30 seconds to go there. We'll see if he moves out of the way in a second.
I don't think he's going to hold him back.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here goes our first car off the line any second. All right, there we go. The cars are out on stage 2. That was our first car off the line, Lucas there. So next up, we're going to have one of the best drivers in the world, Sebastian Loeb, in his Dacia coming up to the line. He's going to be starting second today. The cars are going to be starting 3 minutes apart, just like the bikes did. So 3-minute gap at the start here for the cars. Here's a look at Sebastian Loeb. So what do you guys think of these cars? It seems to be working okay so far, huh?
Yeah, no, you definitely have them dialed in. They're
There's a lot of aero. Like even with those cars, it's crazy with the aero built into them. How once he rolled it at Dakar, he overheated because of all the aero getting in the back scoops.
Okay.
But those are just like his last year's car, just with a different different form and body and everything on it now in their new program.
Looks like they're doing something in the car here at the last minute, messing with something in there. Turn it on the tracker, maybe.
No, all that stuff's preset before they go into the gate. So either it was a time card they wanted to check, or maybe they, overall, all that stuff's set before they get up there. It's pretty much up to you just to watch the clock and when to go.
Okay, cool. So these are all the T1 plus cars. These all run 37s now. Is anybody running a smaller tire, or are they all running 37s?
Some of the two-wheel drives run 35s, just because the chassis were mostly built a long time ago, so they couldn't fit a 37 without basically doing the whole car. So
Yeah.
mostly just it becomes really confusing. There's T1s and then there's T1 pluses. So these are all T1 pluses. So that's
Yep, and that's the class that can run the bigger tire, basically.
Exactly. Yep.
I think there's a couple of two-wheel drives I saw in the entry.
Yeah, I think I saw one or two. There was the one was it called T2 or T1.2 or something like that?
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. The classification wise, they all want to get the overall, but they do separate them, sort of how we do in score.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there is one. Here it is on the list.
Yeah, 210.
Yeah, the 216 is one also. So maybe there's two.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, me and Tony try to go back and look at who designed the cars, because there's, Jeffrey's built a couple two-wheel drives for a while, and then those ended up switching hands. We try to figure out where all the cars ended up, because a lot of them just sort of vanished, which is pretty crazy. And then they all moved to four-wheel drives, so it's interesting to see where the cars go overseas.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of move around, right? They go from one person to the next, then someone comes up from T4 and races one.
Yeah, there's that thread on Race Desert where a guy acquired one of the old, I say their name wrong, Conroll, the brothers, that they had an old Jeffries car.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are pretty fun to watch. They do some good social media, and they have a lot of fun out there.
Those guys, their videos are a riot to watch.
Yeah, they're awesome. Too bad they're not racing this one.
I always laugh out when they're broken. The one's working on it, and the one's running around with a camera. Why?
Yeah, it's always funny. So there's the spare tire, like you were talking about on that one. It's actually underneath where they sit, kind of in the middle of the car.
Yep.
That's Seth Quintero. So he's going to be starting third today. Or one of the American entries over there. We had
he started yesterday, Fish?
Yeah. He started a little ways back yesterday. He did good yesterday. He jumped on earlier. We were talking to him. There he is. He's gonna go kick some butt today, he said.
Fantastic.
He's in a little bit of a sandwich predicament here. He's got Sebastian Loeb right in front of him, and then he has Nasser Al-Attiyah right behind him. So he's got a little bit of pressure on both sides of him today.
Yeah.
It'll be good for him though, because if he can, Nasser most likely will catch him, and then if he can just hang with Nasser, that'd be a really good day for him. Because Nasser's going to go to the front at this point. He doesn't, it's only a 5-day rally, so he's going to start going for it.
Yeah, he's not going to hold back, that's for sure. We were telling Seth when he was on earlier that if he catches Sebastian Loeb, he might be driving a little bit too fast, and he might want to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the gaps are small. It's only day 2, but Nasser's only 216 back, so
yeah,
he can. It just takes one little mess up from one of those guys up front.
Yep, definitely.
It's literally a flat tire on these guys at this point.
Yeah, how long do the tires take to change on these? Do you guys have any idea?
They're about a minute they can do them in.
Okay, so that's about the same as what some of the trophy truck guys are doing it over here.
Correct, because they got the air jacks and stuff on them just like we do, so they're just as fast.
Yeah.
Well, it's in a sense it's a little slower because that car can't move until everyone's buckled in because the FIA is watching. So that you can't be hanging out the side like we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you get a penalty if you take off before they're buckled in, basically.
Yeah, Loeb got that penalty.
Watching it.
Yeah, one helicopter the one year caught Loeb at Dakar right? Well, the guys like closed the doors and the car took off, and they're like, and the FIA is like, wait a minute, how'd you guys get the belts on that quick?
Yeah. All right, here comes Seth. Taking off the line. Yeah, it definitely looks really soft at the start there today. You can see even the four-wheel drives are not they're not getting too much traction right away.
No, they're definitely hanging first gear just to making sure they get up on top. So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to get stuck. I don't know if you saw the video Tony sent to me of one of the probably looked like a T3, just buried it right at the start line.
You just got stuck right there.
Right at the start. Yep.
Yeah, his front wheel drive wasn't working and just buried the car.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah, it's like they had it in two-wheel drive mode or something, or it was broken either way. Yeah. So this is going to be Nasser here. So we got Nasser Elatia lined up now in his Dacia car number 200. So Nasser's always very fast, and like you said, I would expect Nasser to start making his way forward today. He's only got 4 stages left, and it's time to go if you're Nasser.
Well, too, I mean, I would look at it as in day 2. If you push today and you do get another flat or whatever, you still have 3 days. But if you push and you know, like Nasser would probably make 5 or 8 minutes on these guys up in the front, especially. And so, I mean, he likes to break trail. So if he can start day 3 breaking trail, he'll actually make it harder for the guys behind him. That's what we've heard, that he will run a more aggressive line to try to get the guys either stuck or to make a mistake.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, he's only got 3 guys in front of him. He's got a whole bunch of guys following him today, so that'd be a good day to do that on.
Yeah.
The marathon specials are long too, so you know they 237 the first day and 300 on the special for the second. So those are gonna be some long dune days.
Yeah, that's coming up tomorrow. Will be the first half of the marathon. Looks like we lost our one camera that was right at the start. Hopefully we get that one back. At least we got a couple of these other ones here.
The sound actually is a lot better today than yesterday.
Yeah, maybe they're a little lower. The wind's not affecting it quite as much.
Did you see anything on the other camera that you had out there?
No, the only 2 we got right now are these 2 right here. We'll see if they pop back up with another one in a minute.
It's crazy. It's windy on a dune day, but if they get in the dirt, the wind will stop.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the dunes, the wind doesn't really. I mean, there's not really dust in the dunes, right? You're not driving like you are when you're off road in the desert and there's dust everywhere. The dunes don't have as much dust, so it's not as big of a deal when you're in the dunes and it's windy or not, right?
The only thing we noticed, we were down training in Sonora last weekend. We saw that when the bike guys would go through, and by the time we got there in the cars, like it was so windy, the bike lines were gone by that point.
Ah. All right, here we go. Here comes Nasser. All right, so Nasser is off the line.
Yeah, watching the lines get covered up last weekend was it was interesting. Granted, there wasn't that many, participants, but there was enough where you could see the line was slowly getting covered over with the wind.
Yeah, the wind definitely changes everything. You can, it kind of makes it a level playing field a bit too if it's really windy because it can get covered up really quick, like you were mentioning.
On some days, but they'll actually run the cars over like the same waypoint, and then they'll have it come out in a different direction. So you sort of get confused by the tracks when you come up to it. I don't know how this rally is if it comes to overlapping certain places, but they try to do that to mess you up, especially in the dunes, because you think you're supposed to come out in a different heading, but you see all the tire tracks going the other way from the previous waypoint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So on the speaking about the navigation on here, for people that might not be too familiar with it, what kind of navigation are you actually getting here? You're getting a road book. What does a road book actually tell you? Like, does it give you exactly the line to go on? Does it just give you a compass heading? What does it actually give you?
Go for it, Tony. That's your...
Yeah, those can vary. Obviously, in the terrain, it's giving you a general direction and road, right? If it's like a main road, it's telling you to stay on this, and then if there's, each note, which is considered a tulip, is giving you that information of, the distance to that note of that image, and then any corresponding information after it, right? If there's, if there's, holes, if you got to make a turn or you should be exiting this direction on the say you're at a Y and you veer off to the right, you should be exiting at this cap heading to know you're on the right trail. And then those are designated by roads. And then when you are what they call HP, when you're out doing a cap heading, you're making a turn at a designated odometer reading to a designated cap heading. So you always got to be on your odometer reading when you're out in the open HP area.
Yeah. So if you get lost and your odometer reading gets off, does that kind of throw you off a little bit?
Yeah, you can. You always got to make sure you're on your odometer. I'm always trying to validate each note to my odometer to validate the road book we're on the right area. And especially in the dunes, you can't in a car you can't go straight like a bike. So you're covering more distance because instead of a straight line, you're going left and right to maneuver through the dunes. So you're gaining more distance, but from your traveling, but you're actually not moving forward that far. So you really got to compensate for your distance that you have to know you have to keep going further. If that next note's 2 kilometers, you still got to go further than that because you haven't gone 2 kilometers yet.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. All right, there goes the 218. 218. Yeah, so in the dunes, you're basically there's not a road. Obviously, it's not like you're on a road, so you're just kind of trying to go a general direction and kind of find the best way there. How close do you have to come to a checkpoint or one of the headings when you hit it? Like in Baja racing, you have a VCP, you have to be within 60 feet or whatever it is. What's the distance on these that you have to be within a checkpoint or virtual checkpoint area?
So they vary depending on the waypoints. The mask waypoints that they use for some of the dune stuff, those have a 800 meter radius opening. So
Okay.
you'll get when you're in that radius, you'll get the arrow to get you to the center of it, and then you have to validate it. They're within they can be within 150 meters is their validation for them, which is interesting because when we did the Sonora race with the FIA there, we were in the national class and our radius for validating was shorter than theirs. So their lines we ended up following, we missed a lot of waypoints and had to go back because we have such a
Okay.
tighter radius that we had to hit than them. So as long as you're within that radius, and they vary. A lot of times the safety ones are a little bit wider on the radius openings. The validation is usually within 150 meters.
Okay, well that makes sense. And then once you hit it, you obviously know because it lets you know that you hit it, so then you can go on to the next one, right?
It gets
Correct.
confusing sometimes. It'll open a waypoint, and then especially for these guys, they don't get an arrow, so they have to start gridding. They have to sort of know they're coming in on the right direction. So it'll open that you've now hit your waypoint, but you actually don't get your arrow to go get your validation to go to your next heading. So sometimes they have that on some of the notes, and some of the trickier sections they'll add those in to try to. That's when the guys say like, "Oh, we couldn't find a waypoint." When you hear that, that means they've opened the waypoint, but they actually can't find the center of the waypoint. Because imagine when you're out in the dunes, you can either come in from the left side because some drivers go left, like they ride the left side of the road. Some drivers go right. So as you're heading towards the waypoint, you may enter on too far right, and so you need to go left into the middle to hit it. But if it's a masked waypoint and you don't get the arrow, you have to figure out how far left you need to go to open it up, and then you can go on to your next heading. So it does become sort of a tricky play. So that's when you start looking for lines of other guys to see if they're more left of you. If you see a guy to the left of you, to pick up to open that waypoint to head to your next waypoint. So it's not just it's a lot harder than what it seems, especially in the dunes, because they'll put a waypoint at the top of a dune, and you can't just go straight up. So you have to meander around to work your way up to get there in a car, especially.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to it, that's for sure.
So it adds a lot
Mini to take
into the
off today. That
drama
was the
inside the cab.
222.
And it makes it easy for the bike guys because they can rip right to it, right up the dunes, and so sometimes you'll see their lines, and then you just can't make it up that dune. You got to find another way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is get stuck. So you don't want to stop going up the dune because then you might just bury it.
Yeah, because a lot of it's all
Tony got to dig last
plotted.
week, so
Yeah. In respect to Darren, I didn't get pictures for him, but yeah, we got stuck for a little while.
Yeah, getting stuck's never fun. You see, some of these guys are actually running the traction boards. I'm surprised. Do most people run the traction boards even with the 4-wheel drive out here?
You know, it's crazy on the
Y-
T1s. I've never really noticed them before. They're probably there, but in this race, they
Yeah,
really appear to be there because I don't remember seeing them on a lot of the cars.
Yeah, I saw him on one. I saw it on the back of one of those Toyotas a minute ago. I forget whose it was, and that was the first time I noticed it. Obviously, these cars, they might be inside, and we might not see it. But yeah, on the Toyota, I did see one that had him on the back.
It'd be interesting
yeah,
too because you know Dakar, there's a lot more cars, so if they need to get towed out, there's a lot of people coming by. Where this rally doesn't have T5 trucks or any of the support vehicles, so
Yeah,
they may say, hey, look, you're on, and you should take these with you.
yeah, you might want these. Yeah. All right, so we have this is the
the
240. This is João, I think, from
Yeah, that's
Portugal.
yep.
You guys know a little bit about João?
Yeah, Zhao. I got to meet him finally in person when we did the rally down Sonora where they came over, and he was actually with X-Ray and the Yamahas then, and we just became good friends on Instagram. And then I raced the rally over there. I got to hang out with him a little bit in Portugal, and that's when he first moved to the Mini. He had been training in it, but now he's full time in it, and he always is training or testing. Like he's devoted to try to win this championship. So it'll be interesting to see how he does today. I think he was 8th yesterday or 9th, so it'll be interesting to see if he can come through the field or he just sort of sits where he is right now.
Yeah, definitely. Are these the minis that were originally built way back when the minis first came out? Are these the same chassis and they've just kind of modified them over the years?
Yep.
yep,
Yeah.
they're that
So
old.
I mean, that's like, I
Yeah.
think they were like 08 or 09, I think, when they first came out. So it's
Yeah, I
pretty
remember
crazy.
because Robbie was racing against them back then, and he had the Hummer back then. So that was quite a while ago that they first debuted these cars.
And that's when they had 31s on them, and they were only 86 inches wide. So definitely
Yeah,
to see them now, the fender extensions are so massive on them. So
yeah, that's why it looks a little bit funny with those because they're kind of an afterthought. The car wasn't originally built to be as wide as it is now.
It was the BMW. What was the other one we said it was? It was the BMW. Then it got turned into.
I cannot remember. There was a Volvo, but what was the other
Yeah,
name? Why can I not remember it?
because I remember Nanny Roma drove it when he was on the BMW. I think too.
And then here's the other Ford, which
It was Raptor.
I don't know what Ford that is.
Oh yeah,
I don't know where
it
this one
says
came.
Ford on the entry, so it's a Ford Raptor.
It does say Ford, but I don't remember the styling of this one.
Yeah.
Does it say Raptor on this one, or just says Ford?
It says Ford Raptor RS Cross Country.
Oh, look at that thing.
So there you go. Ford Raptor RS Cross Country. I think somebody said it has a 3-liter engine in it. Somebody I think told me that yesterday. I think that's what they said.
Interesting. So they're not running the V8 then, like the other team.
Yeah, I think that's what the difference is. Let me see if I can find who told me that yesterday.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, it is. It's a 3.0 twin turbo.
Okay. So it's some type of modified EcoBoost.
Yeah, so it's the 221 Martin Prokop. It's like from Czechoslovakia. I believe it's CZE.
I'll agree with you on that, Fish.
Yeah.
I messed one up earlier. I said one was from Russia and it was actually South Africa, Republic of South Africa. So RSA is Republic of South Africa.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
It is pretty cool. All the different countries from around the world that all these different entries come from. It's a really worldly event. It's really cool to see all the different entries.
yeah. It's always cool. It doesn't get enough. Doesn't get shown enough at the classic, the car classic. The amount of people that come out for that is so cool to see.
Yeah.
So like in the T1 class, so that would be like their trophy truck class. There are almost as many as those as they're all in both UTV classes combined. So it's a pretty good turnout for this rally here.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's 20 T1 pluses starting in a row right here just at the beginning. So yeah, quite a few. And then there's a couple more that were back a little ways that had a bad run yesterday. Or actually, that is all of them. Yeah, that's 20 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's a 2-wheel drive back there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for the event. You just followed right up from Dakar, and you got all these guys right back at it again.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The 221's about ready to take off. Whoa, getting a little sideways there. Camera.
Oh, very close to the cam.
Almost took
Yeah.
out our camera. Let's see. We have the camera back out on course again. We'll see if see if we can see anybody coming on this camera here.
Were you able to find out which kilometer that one is approximately, or
Let's see. Where
that car
do you guys
buried?
know what you guys out in the dunes there? Do you know what approximately kilometer you guys are at?
We are
Yep.
5 kilometers.
There we go. All right, so this camera is at 5 kilometers into the stage. Perfect. All right, so we have the 242 pulling up to the line next. So the 242, Daniel Schroeder, is going to be in a Volkswagen. This is one of the only Volkswagens entered, I think.
Is that their Polo? What do they call what is their Volkswagen truck?
It says Volkswagen WCT Armwalk. Or Armor Walk?
Oh, the arm. Yes.
Armor Rock?
Looks like one of the overdrive chassis.
Yeah, it says
It does.
PS Laser Racing is the name of the team. They're from Germany.
All right.
Or the driver's from Germany. And the co-driver is from the Republic of South Africa.
Nicely done, Fish.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
Here comes
There
a-
we go. Oh, he
Oh.
had some action.
Oh,
Finally.
There we go.
that was a Raptor.
That was the Raptor that just took off, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're 5. Yeah, that's a good little spot where they're in, though. They can see.
Okay, well
good.
the camera in the dunes is working a little better now, so we'll leave that one on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good line they're on. There's
This
no
guy will be the next
bushes.
car through. Then.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a second. Actually, let me just do this for a second. Oops.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
everybody.
George. How you doing?
Oh.
I'm here.
Wrong button. All right, so the next car is getting ready to go. So once again, they're doing 3-minute starts today. And so far we have had, was that 9 cars? This will be the 9th car off the line.
There was a video Tim and Tom had, their little recap videos, and it showed them starting one day at Dakar, and they were, the starting line was just so chewed up. Even with their 4-wheel drive, it's like they barely were able to get going because there's so many vehicles that started in front of them.
Yeah, this. I mean, this looks really soft for here. I mean, look at how much of a rut there is right there already at the start.
Yeah.
What kind of air pressure are these guys running in the tires today?
You know what? They haven't really opened up about that. We're guessing around 15 to 17.
Okay.
So, but since there are no rocks literally in this rally, they may be down at 12. But since they cannot run beadlocks in this class at all, so as much as they side hill, yeah, as much as they side hill, I don't know what pressure they're really at. Yeah. It's definitely below 20 to 18 because we found that out last weekend. You need to be 15 is a good number, but
yeah, you want to have just enough that you don't blow the bead, especially if you don't have bead locks. You don't want to go down too low because that would definitely cost you a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and this looks like it's all sand and dunes, and there's a little bit of the lake bed or chot that they got to go through. So there's not.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about the rocks. And
what is the chot when you see that on the list? I'm not familiar with that term.
it's basically just a lake bed.
Okay.
It's what it's referred to. Most of the road books and all the terminology is all based off of, French nomenclature and how they label everything. So that's where they kind of label in. It's when they refer to the chot, it's kind of based off that, how they pronounce everything.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Like where we call silt, we call it silt. They call it fesh. So that is their
yeah. Oh, here we go. We got some action coming.
Oh, fantastic!
They've actually gotten a lot more pictures instead of naming.
Oh, listen to that thing.
That's a cool little section there. Got a couple little bumps up on top of the dune there.
That's real good.
Yeah, that's super cool. Glad we got that camera shot. That's awesome. It's working now.
Got some spectators up there on the hills also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some locals out there. All right, so next on the line, this is the two. Let's see, which one is this one? The two.
That's Eric Gotzel.
Yeah, the 213.
Now, did all the cars have flags, or am I just imagining this car now has a flag on it?
The next one looks like it does too, maybe,
No,
right?
they
Or no?
they all. It's an FIA thing now for the dunes.
I know, but I didn't see it. I didn't remember seeing it
Can
on
I
the
go by
car.
next to the car?
Yeah. Well, to take notice. Does the next one have one? I'm not sure. It's hard
Yeah,
to tell.
yeah. It looks like Mitch has it
Yeah.
on his too.
Yeah.
I just on the dossier, I could have swore there was no flag, but maybe.
Yeah, to be honest, until you said that now, I'm just noticing it now. But I
Now
know, I know it's a new rule. Which is funny because when you see them ripping, the flag's laid down.
It's warming up the turbos.
Getting ready to go.
Look at the hole there is. They're actually coming out.
Yeah, that hole's getting pretty deep at the start, huh?
You can
Yeah.
see the car like transition. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely getting pretty deep. You can see when they pull in it right here. Look at oh, he's smart. He
Yeah.
stopped on the uphill kind of.
Mitch is like, nope, don't want to go any farther. I'm not getting stuck.
Yeah, I think that's actually Mateus. That's his
Oh, okay.
teammate. Same car, right? One of the other Raptors. Yeah. Yeah, that's the 226 there.
Yeah, he's got a flag. Yeah.
He does. Yeah. All right. So just in a minute or two, we should see the Eric come through here through this section. This is a fun little section.
It'd be interesting to see the note right here because it sort of looks like it could be a highway of sand, and they will put. Oh wow, look at the ruts right there.
Yeah, look at that.
And on the road book, they would give you like an average cap heading, and Darren was trying to teach Tony that last weekend where the road bent off a little bit and then came back to it, and so it's very interesting how that note may be. So definitely a tricky. Not tricky here, but it's fast and flowy, and they can follow the lines. But overall, like average cap heading, really
Dude, he's ripping.
Awesome. Yeah, this is cool having these other shots in the dunes. We might have to stay on. I might have to stay on for a few more cars since we got these shots today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hear it working.
Yeah, it's working, so we're good. Here's back at the start here. There's a good look at the 226 Ford M Sport Ford Raptor.
Look, he's gonna drop into it before he gets out.
Yeah.
No, so I noticed it when the kid left. Like goes uphill.
Extra. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that hole's just getting bigger every car that goes. You can see when they pull in it here, you just see them drop right in it.
Yes.
I think I'd start a little short if it was me, huh? Do they make you pull up, or can you start a little short?
You can start a little bit short. There is a beam right there, so just depending on, you have to pick it up, and then like inside the car will tell you like basically, okay, you're in it. And then they know when you jump, so it's a very interesting sort of thing.
Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, you're not allowed to jump, or you get a penalty, I assume, if you jump.
Yeah, because they're all GPS tags, so they know when you pull. How they're all parked back behind like so many feet, they know if you pull in too early and all the stuff, so they'll write you up.
Okay.
A couple of those got some jump starts yesterday. I was looking at the penalty list.
Oh, did they for jumping the start? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here comes the Raptor. So we finally get to hear the V8 push through. Let's hear how she sounds.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. That far out too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that thing sounds mean.
To me, I mean, everybody believes that they're a great driver at one point, but these guys, they're going through there. There is no note to say that there is a triple caution anywhere in there. They just have to trust themselves at that point.
Holy smokes!
Good thing they got 4-wheel drive. I don't know if a 2-wheel drive would even be able to make the start right there, honestly, right?
I sort of want you to wait until the car tries the 2-wheel drive does leave.
I mean, we're yeah, at this point, like we're gonna wait a little bit. I got nothing else to do. We'll stay live here. We got some cameras working. This is
It's
getting,
nice
yeah.
too. Now they're 2 minutes apart. That's why it seems a little quicker right now. Because I think after the top 10, they do 2 minute
Yes.
start for the
You
three. So
yep, you are correct. Yeah, we're down to 2 minutes now. So this
And so
should be
the
let's see who's this next one. Is this Yazid? No, not yet.
yeah, the notes for the dunes. You kind of just have some general markers, depending on like which you can see, like the chot or a giant dune for like an imagery. But they don't list any dangers in any of those notes in the dunes, just because it's the flow of the dunes, and you're gonna have to be able to take your caution over any rises anyway. So they just have general cap heading and any kind of landmark as a guidance.
Yeah, I guess I assume that it would be kind of hard in the dunes too, because they don't know what dune you're going to be on, right? You might be one dune over, so if they put a mark for one, it might not be true for your line.
Yeah, correct.
exactly.
Well, it's not working too bad. Looked like it was looking all right through there.
We
Credit
got
to
up to the
those guys
highest
with the
spot on the dune too. So
yeah, good for these guys in the camera. Great camera out there.
Yeah, that's awesome having that one added in. It definitely made a big difference.
Is that the 205?
Yeah, that was the 205, I believe, right? So then this should be the 211 or no, 201.
Raji.
Yeah, Yazid. All right. This is going to be
Yeah.
Yazid just off of a fresh off of a Dakar win.
Yeah, I see the guy in the white. He's doing the time card right when they walk in there. So mark their time down. You even get if you lose your time card. I forgot what the penalty is for that. It's at least like an hour. If you lose your
That's
time
not
card.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so Yazid is starting 14th today, so he's definitely going to be on the gas today. He does not want to be in 14th at the end of today.
no.
Did he finish that far back? I didn't know he had a problem.
Yeah, he must have had an issue yesterday being 14th.
Yeah, 8 minutes down. I know Nasser said he had a flat. So if Nasser started that far back and had a flat and only finished 4 minutes, he was moving.
Yeah, that's crazy. He was on it.
Or 2 minutes. He was only 2 minutes down.
So far, everybody's been on pretty much the exact same line through there, huh?
Yeah, it's. I mean, really, there's no other way. I mean, it's just a flowy channel. You're not going to try to start skipping dunes then.
Yeah. All right, well, here's Yazid getting ready to take off. Yeah, that's going to be a little gnarly.
Surprised no one's pulling up like to the left or right.
Right? They're all just kind of going right in the hole. Well, let's see. Next is going to be Mitch. So here comes Mitch Guthrie.
He looks a little bit more right, but not
Yeah,
too.
look-
No, he's right.
Look how they point down because it's buried so much behind it.
Yeah.
I love how big the berm is behind the rear tires. With someone mounted a GoPro, it looks like.
Yeah, it's sitting there.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten taken out yet. All right, so Mitch
it's great.
Guthrie is going to be next off the line, while we're waiting for Yazid out here, about 5 kilometers in, or a little less maybe. I see him in the distance out there.
Yeah, Challenger.
I see dust. I see a little speck at the center of the screen at the top.
And what could be, there's the waypoint up there, and then they have literally a waypoint marker here, and right when they hit it, they can start turning right.
Okay.
So
he looks like he's on it. He's coming in pretty hot.
Oh,
oh my!
He's definitely on it. That's the loudest sounding one we've heard through there yet.
Mini, little bit of over rev right there. Oh, there's a good shot of Mitch.
So is that stuck boards he's got in the back too? It looks like. Huh?
Yep, definitely.
Those are giant, just carbon fiber or blocks with grip rocks on them.
Is that what that is? Okay, so even lighter, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a cool shot.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman.
That was awesome. Good job on that camera shot. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
that was awesome.
that guy's covered.
Awesome. All right. Well, next it's going to be, let's see, we have another T1 Plus. It's going to be the 210 coming in. Alaya?
What country of origin? Let's hear
it. SEY. What is that one? I'm not familiar. You guys know?
SEY.
Ooh, that's a...
Co-drivers from France.
Okay, that one's easy. All right. I don't know the Y part. Well, let's enjoy Mitch coming through. He's going to be coming here real quick, so
yeah, we'll
be able to hear
him to come. I see some dust at the top there.
Oh, he's already moving.
Is it Seychelles or Seychelles or something like that? I don't know how you pronounce the country, honestly. That's what SEY is.
Yeah, I don't. Man,
let's see. Here comes Mitch.
Listen.
Well, it's sounding good. Yeah, those things just sound so good. They sound really nice.
The crazy thought is that they're like full of fuel right then. So that's going to be when the car handles the absolute worst, and they're already at maximum commitment going through there.
Yeah, they just got to go for it.
Yeah, Seychelles. That's East Africa. She's from.
Oh, there we go. All right, so the 210 from East Africa. All right, so that was the 210. Next, we have the 217. We got a couple of the T1 Pluses left, and then we got the Challenger class next. We got 217, Dennis Krotov.
There we go. Oh, he didn't want to pull in.
Yeah. You can see just how big when that guy was standing, how big those T1s really are. They don't look like that. They're that big, but they're pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, just the 37-inch tires is a massive tire when you're standing next to it.
Wheelbase is right around, usually most of the guys are about 116 on these trucks.
Okay. So, yeah, pretty short compared to other forms of racing.
Correct, yeah.
So the next driver, the 217, is from Kyrgyzstan. If I'm saying that right. Central Asia. Here comes our car. Another car.
Doesn't look slow to me. They're all amazing drivers.
Yeah, they all do. They all look really fast. Nobody's looked slow so far. I mean, this is the top guys too starting here, right? So
yeah.
These are a minute apart now, aren't they?
We are going to go to a minute at one point. Not quite yet. Couple more, and then we'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
Oh, boy. This is going to get real interesting in a minute here, I feel like.
I mean, if it wasn't a Sunday night, we may have to turn this into a drinking game. Who's getting stuck first?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
felt bad for that guy. Yes, in the I don't know if it was a Challenger or SSV, but he didn't have that front wheel drive, and he just buried it.
Yeah, that was rough looking. That's definitely not good. I could see
I
that
wonder since
happening
he
again
didn't.
here.
Yeah, I wonder if he didn't cross the start line, if they can actually get outside assistance at that point, because he never didn't move. So, is it illegal to be pushed?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, he didn't take the start technically. He didn't
He
trip
didn't.
the beat. No,
I mean, he literally didn't move a foot. He just dug himself. So,
Yeah.
it may have went backwards a little.
it's weird. He's like his rear tires are behind the hump, so it'd be interesting to see when he takes
Oops.
off.
He's over a little bit too. Look at.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the car is almost bottomed out right there.
All right, this is the 209. We got Hernan Garcias from Chile. Looks like.
Yeah, right through.
Yeah, no problem.
He was off a little bit. That's why it helped him out.
So we have the Polish dad coming through, and then into the other classes, correct?
Yes, I believe so. We have two more T1 pluses. What was the dad's name again? Was it the Gazal, or how do you say it?
What is
What
called?
was it?
Yeah.
I think it was
What do you
Mark.
call this?
So 208. So this is going to be Miroslav from Czechoslovakia. Another Ford F-150, it says.
They're already through kilometer 34. Nasser's 38 seconds down.
Oh, yeah, let's look at that. We can bring that up. Leave this
They're
on.
close.
Let's change this to the cars real quick. And go to kilometer 34. We got 6 of them there. All right, so yeah, the 203. Where did the 203 start? It started first. Okay, so the first car's still in the lead. But Nasser's very, very close, not too far behind. And then we got Sebastian Loeb 3 seconds behind Nasser. And look at that. Nasser's actually tied with 4th place. They both have the same time there.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh.
no, I just jumped to Zhao. Zhao just jumped up to second.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, right before I turned it off. All right, back to the start. This is the 208. So we have this one and then one more T1 Plus, and then we get into the Challenger class.
They pushed him over too.
Yeah.
Over on the side, yeah.
Oh,
All right, so one more car in the T1 Plus. This would be Merrick Gozel.
yeah.
Let's see.
Is this the dad or the son?
Oh,
That's
when the car
that's
pulls
the
up.
dad.
That's the dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the new car.
214? Yeah. Oh, he's way over the side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him yesterday. He took a max penalty for the stage, so he had an issue yesterday. I couldn't catch the interview.
Well, Fish didn't stay up for the interview, so that's the problem.
Yeah, I know. We're over here. It's 11 o'clock p.m. right now. It's 11 a.m. over there for those guys. When they finished yesterday, it was like 2:30 in the morning for us.
Yeah, no, we were all sleeping.
Yeah.
What's the max time? 4 hours? They're expected for this one.
They were expecting 3 hours. The max time was
3.
like
Okay.
7 hours was the maximum, but they were expecting 3 hours. It said, yeah.
3. Yeah.
About the same distance as yesterday, not too much different on distance wise. Oh, we got a car coming.
That's the guy from Czech.
Yeah, that would be the one that just went before here. From Chile. Or no, yeah, that was Czech. The F-150.
Yep. Yeah, it's moving along.
Yeah.
Our broadband's breaking up on that dune. Darn it.
Yeah, it was really good earlier. At least it was good earlier. It'll probably come back.
Yeah.
Maybe there's too many spectators there now.
They're all Wi-Fi.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this one does off the start. Should be fine. It looks like it's fine.
Daddy's on the throttle.
Really getting dug out for those guys. You can see how it pushes them into the center right when they take off.
Yeah. All right, this should be our first Challenger class here. T3 coming. It should be the 310. These things I wouldn't think would have a problem there because they're really light. They should explode right off the start, you would think. Maybe.
Well, see, the Tauruses are a clutch, so it'd be interesting to see how hard they come off the throttle. The Can-Ams, I wouldn't think they would get stuck, but these ones being a manual gearbox, there could be a mistake.
Okay, that could be interesting then.
And these little motors don't rev; they only rev to like $6,000. It's a very interesting 1 liter. I think it's based off like a Volkswagen Polo or something from over there.
Now we're going every minute, so these are going to be quick here.
Oh, okay. There you go. It'll be interesting to see the speed difference between the trucks and then those cars through this camera section.
Yeah, out in the dune there.
Yeah.
Hopefully the signal holds up. Oh, here comes a car. Signal's breaking up.
Oh.
It's actually better when he's closer to the road.
Pull the phone up higher.
Yeah.
Oh, he moved.
Oh no, he's down in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Darn it.
Cool. I think the
Great
service
job,
dropped because he went behind the dune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs one of those Starlink backpacks.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to have those.
No,
I
maybe
know.
soon. Yeah. Here we go. Here, every minute. This is going to go quick now. It's the 309. You see her?
He was the Dakar winner, was he? No, he got second.
Here comes our first Can-Am next.
First SSV.
Yeah, SSV mixed in. So this would be these go off the order that they finished mixed in the class, right? Whichever one
correct.
finishes
Yep.
first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are kind of mixed. We have one SSV, and then we have 4 T3s, and then a couple more SSVs.
And that's how they do it for everything.
Car. Yeah.
So even like that car, you get the T5s mixed in with everybody too. So you maybe start behind, then T1 start behind everybody.
Yeah. Let's see how this thing does off start. It should be fine. Not too bad.
The only difference, they run really small tires. So what is the Challenger? The Challenger runs a 33, and then the SSV is a 30-inch tire. So
I mean, that's pretty small when you're sitting in a hole that 37's just dug.
exactly, and that's it's trying to, especially in the more of the dirt roads, it's a bigger deal. Oh, he's moving.
Yeah, those cars are just so light; they just float over everything.
Yeah, it made it look easy.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, I mean, they almost have doubled suspension than the T1s.
The amount of travel wise.
Yeah, you think you like a Pro R, supposedly it cycles 22, and
Yeah.
that's literally almost double 13. So I mean, it
Yeah,
was a
and they're not.
massive help to them.
Are they limited in that class over here in the
They are
SSV
not
class?
limited on travel. They can have as
Not
much
limited.
travel. They take out a lot of the travel.
You see how deep those ruts are right there for the race
Yeah,
line.
Yeah. There comes a car. I see one on the horizon.
this should be the Can-Am. Oh yeah. Oh, nice shot.
That was perfect.
That was
It
awesome.
paused at the perfect second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great shot. That was awesome.
It's like a perfect slow mo right through it.
It's crazy the advancements of the cars. Like the Tauruses these are the OT3s. They're beautiful cars, and then to think of basically a stock Can-Am is now keeping up with them.
I believe that was the 302 that was just turned in. That was another one of the OT3 cars.
I think this is their new. They just have a new version of it this year, so this is their newest version.
It says the Taurus T3 Max, so maybe that's different.
It could be, yeah. They're very similar, but they changed the actual shell of the inner bodywork of the car to make it more carbon to try to lighten it up a little bit. Look at our camera guys running around. This is great.
Yeah.
Getting some action. This had a little better cell
No,
phone signal there, it'd be even better, but it's awesome. This should be the 308 going off the line right here.
It's like a two-stroke. I think those things really move really, really well.
yeah.
All right, this is gonna be the 306. This is the Nasser race team. So I think this is actually Nasser's brother, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so so not the cousin, the brother of.
I think so. I have to double check
Okay.
that. And Taurus T3 Max. Should have another car coming by here in a second.
Great camera
That
shot.
must be on the other cam.
Yeah, the sound.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, signal looks good. Hopefully it holds. All right. Yeah, it's kind of like a little transition section right there. It's kind of a little tricky.
Yeah.
All right, back at the start. We got our first Maverick R off the line here. You can tell those things by the uprights, the upper arm.
Thing sounds thumpy.
Sound good.
That was the 405.
It'll be interesting to see like how fast the transition goes because all these guys used to race like the X3 platform Can-Am, and like
Yes.
it'll to see how fast they all transition to the Maverick because I mean it's a totally different car.
We paused on the name, so we know that was Nasser.
Yeah,
Nasser race team.
he told him to do that.
Yeah.
It's all part of the graphics program.
Yeah.
All right, so next, I think this should be the 305 right here. It's going to be Adam Kuz from Poland, it looks like. And Taurus T3. We got about 12 or 13 more.
There we go. Ooh,
Oh,
he dug in pretty good.
There's another
Yeah.
Maverick R coming.
oh yeah, that guy's coming quick too.
There we go. That was awesome.
He's getting it.
All
Wonder
right.
if that
So
guy's
next,
on. Is he on a selfie stick or is he that close?
I don't know. Oh, he's losing some paperwork.
Oh no,
Oh
not
no,
time card.
that's a time card.
Oh.
Oh, maybe not.
It was the guy dropped it. The guy outside the car. All right, that was the 406.
It looked like he tried to run back. I wonder if that was his time card.
It looked like he was holding it. The guy in the yellow was holding it on the left and dropped it. Oh, here we come. Another car coming in the dunes.
Moving quick now.
Yeah, so the 312 is going to be the next car off the line. It goes into slow motion at the perfect time right there.
It was like just perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Really
was perfect.
screenshot it.
This should be the 312 right here. Another one of the NASA race team.
Is that a Yamaha? Oh, it's a Yamaha. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the next car coming up?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, the
it's
X-rays.
Mario Franco from Portugal, it looks like. X-ray
Yep.
Yamaha.
He actually runs a good program out of there. He owns 2 motorbike dealerships and basically like one of the largest sellers Yamahas over there. So those are actually the old X-Raid cars that he modified.
Oh, cool. And those things are always fast. The Yamahas have always been fast. They just didn't have the suspension.
No, and they're just compared to these cars. I mean, they're an uphill battle at this point. The new cars are just amazing. Crazy enough, that runs the same windshield as the Minis do.
In the Yamaha?
Since the X-Raid built it, it's the same windshield.
Easier on spares.
Very easy on spares. Yep.
Should have a car coming by here any minute now, it seems like. It seems like it's been a little bit of a gap.
He already got lost. There's Navigator and him yelling at each other at this point.
Right? Here comes somebody. Here we go.
There we go.
This is the second NASCAR car, correct?
I think so. Round one.
Look at that.
Yeah, pawns.
Every time.
It's perfect.
Every time.
You can't make that up.
There's another Yamaha. This is
Yep.
the 311 Pedro Goncalves. Goncalves. Another
Yeah, really close to
T3.
the mic.
Let's see how we doing out here in the dunes.
On it.
camera, it's like perfect for every guy goes by.
I know. It slows down right when they go by. I guess it's Khalid right here in the 313. All right, only about 10 cars left, and then that'll wrap up our cars thing. We weren't planning on broadcasting the whole thing, but we had to once we got these other cool camera shots.
Yeah, no, really.
Yeah,
It
this shot right
this
here,
is nice.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we can get a shot again tomorrow off the start somewhere. That'd be awesome. It's cool because you can see him coming for a ways, too.
Yeah, no, it's a great
Yep.
spot. That'd be a great spot to spectate in.
All right, this looks
Yeah,
like
it's a great
another X3.
flowings.
Oh, it's our first X3. Very nice.
Yeah, this should be the 402. Enrico Gaspari from Italy.
It's crazy. You can see the difference between the clutch cars and the belt. Like, it didn't even look like it was going to get stuck.
Yeah. Here comes our first Pro R. This is going to be the 404 Polaris Pro R.
Crazy. The Pro are not legal in the Challenger class.
Yeah, it's in a different class. It's in the SSV.
Yeah, they wouldn't let them in the Challenger class, so they changed the Challenger class to only be a 1-liter engine.
Well, that's interesting. So that's why they're in the SSV category then, I guess, huh?
Yeah, Can-Am may or may not had a say in that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. There's only a couple Pro Rs here, it looks like. I think there's only 2 actually on the list at this event.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't notice the other guy, the French guy, who's teammates to Brock. He's up there in this.
Is he in this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
No, I don't see his name on here.
I didn't recognize as much from the SSV class from the Dakar entrants that were in the top.
Top.
All right, there goes the 402. So this should be the 316, I believe. David Mabs from Great Britain. The Can-Am X3. All right, only a few cars to go. Next will be the 410. We got Hedda Horace from Norway in another Can-Am Maverick X3 in the SSV category. Yeah, so some of the S3 or some of the Can-Ams are in the T3 and then some are in the T4.
Okay, so
Correct.
they do separate them.
Yeah, there's different ones in each one. Yeah.
Interesting.
There's the Pro R. You can always hear what those sound like when they're coming.
Oh, we got someone on the course. Drive backwards.
Oh.
Maybe somebody got stuck.
I didn't think about that.
Bikes are almost close to finishing too.
Yeah, we should have to go and check on them as soon as I'm done with this real quick. Almost done. Only a few cars left here, and then we'll be done with the start.
Oh.
Someone's got sand in the lungs.
Let's see, which one is this one? This is the 413, I think. I believe it's going to be another Can-Am X3 in the T4 category. I think this is Jose from Portugal. see what do we got going on at the dunes.
We got guys
Should
running
have-
all over the place.
Yeah, the camera guy's getting different angles.
Oh,
Oh no.
Well, we lost our dune shot. Hopefully he comes back. Almost done though. This should be the 407 next. This is Yaya, local from the UAE, it looks like. Another Can-Am Maverick X3.
There's a ton of races in the UAE that they do for Rally Raid every year.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, all the different stuff that they do over there. I mean, they got the terrain for it, right? The dunes, you can do a lot of good racing in dunes. And what's the weather like? You know, obviously this is kind of warm, but you probably can't do it year-round over there, I would assume, huh?
no, my friend who lives in Qatar, he said literally like by the end of March, you're not going outside anymore.
Yeah, a little warm. About 5 cars left to go here. We don't have our dune shot anymore. Hopefully that one comes back. I'm going to go look at the leaderboard as soon as this car goes. Actually, we'll just look at it now. So the bikes, let's see. Let's look at let's go back to the bikes real quick. So the bikes are through. We have 5 through KP 206. We have Daniel Sanders in the lead there with Nacho in second. Benavides in third. Ricky Brabeck in fourth. And Tosha in fifth, the leader from yesterday, the winner from yesterday. So pretty much that's probably the actual running order there, because it's pretty much 8th, 9th, 4th place hasn't come through yet. Oh, what's going on here?
What's the? Well, someone didn't do a start.
They have a problem with the car or something, maybe?
Yeah, looks like it. Bad.
Or did someone check in?
Oh, that yeah.
Someone check in out of order, maybe?
Let's see if they go back.
Why is this one not going? There we go. Maybe this car went 1 car too early or something.
What's that behind? Oh, that's a 2-wheel drive behind.
Oh,
Well,
it's
that'll
the
be
buggy?
interesting to watch it.
Yeah, I think that's one of maybe the old Damon ones. I think been modified. Yeah, that car's busted. Looks like.
Yeah, that's a T1.2, so that's the only one in that class on the entry list. It does look like a Damon car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the cockpit's really small. His cars were tiny.
Yeah, what was the
'Cause
name
if you
of
look
that
at the
one? El
windshield,
Martillo or something like that?
Yeah, they sold them. One went to Tim and Tom, and then I don't know where the other one went. Oh,
That wasn't too bad.
Well, they have air, so he could have been like down to 8 pounds and just easily took off.
Oh, they are allowed to do that in that class, right? They have the
On the 2-wheel drives, yeah.
only in the 2-wheel drive, not in the 4-wheel drive. Yeah.
Not in the 4-wheel drive, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should only have 4 more cars starting here. Should be these 4 right here. Lost our dune shot, though. Oh, well.
That 2-wheel drive got out of there pretty easy.
It did. Didn't even sink in.
Mm.
That's embarrassing because I stuck myself last week doing that.
All right, so there we go. Yeah, there's your look at your leaderboard for the bikes. They're almost to the finish. They should be to the finish probably within, I don't know, 20 minutes or less even. But right now, Daniel Sanders looks like Australian is out front. If we go over to the cars, let's check on the cars and see how far some of them are. We have 6 that are through KP 71. So we have Morales still in first in 203. Then we have Sebastian Loeb showing his second. Only about, what was that, 19, or no, a minute 19 behind. Then we have only 2 seconds back to Nasser. So there you go. Nasser's putting a little pressure on him. So Nasser's in third. We have Seth. Oh, someone just jumped around. Who just jumped around? Oh,
Joe.
Sebastian Loeb. There you go. Sebastian just jumped ahead of Nasser. And then the second place guy jumped up there, didn't he? Someone just jumped up.
Yeah, Zhao did right in the second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. So Zhao into second. That puts Loeb down to third. Nasser in fourth. We got Quintero in 6th, and that's about all that are through there. If we back it up 1, that doesn't really tell us too much because that one's still close to the start. So yeah, about a quarter of the way in for the bikes, or the cars. I mean,
Cars.
yeah.
Nasser's
Bikes are almost
catching Seth. If Seth's 2 minutes down and Nasser's 1, so he's getting close.
What's going on with that car? That thing was limping by. All right, we got 3 cars left to go. I think this is the last 3. It should be the 401 right here. Or this might be the... Actually, this is the 301. And the T3s. All right, 2 cars left.
What do we got? Looks like an
We
X3.
have 314. Should be right here. This is Jonathan Paul Hart from Great Britain. I can say that name.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah. That might be the first one I've got all the way right for a while.
Is the co-driver that easy to pronounce also?
Yeah, kind of. It looks like Ali Miraz or Marza.
Oh, you didn't pull the double.
No. In the Can-Am Maverick X3. And then we have the other Polaris Pro R going off last, and then that's it.
Well, what a good day to start off today. So
Yeah.
What's the co-driver's last name on the last one, Fish?
On this one or the very last car?
Last car.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually another car back
Oh no,
there.
there's another one. That must be Sweep.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a bone stock Yamaha.
Yeah, this is the last one that's on our list, unless somebody didn't go, but I think everybody went that was on the list. This should be the 414 here.
I wonder if they have like a. Sometimes they have like smaller classes that aren't like in the rally, so it'd be like our version of like a natural or like just a small. What would that be? What were you guys called when you raced there?
National class.
The national class, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what that is then. We'll wait and see what it is when it goes by, and then we'll wrap this start up. Thanks for coming on again, guys. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun with that other camera in the dunes too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely cool.
Got a number on it.
That's on the Yamaha.
That is a Yamaha.
Yeah.
And it does appear to be stock. Oh, gotta be a horrible ride.
Yeah, was those 30s, 31s?
Maybe 30s. It's sitting low.
And you gotta go last after everybody already went.
Oh yeah, you're just
That's
cruising.
gonna be a long day.
They're there just to supervise. That's all.
Yeah, that's awesome though. I mean, I would take that right now. That would
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, that's the thing though. Every card they see is everything to gain because they started last. So
yeah. Yep, definitely.
Well, I appreciate the time you're putting in and letting us be on here. So thank you very much.
Oh, for sure. You guys are always welcome. It makes it fun to have someone to talk to on here and give a little commentary with.
Oh, he even waved him on.
Hey, getting it.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Make himself known.
Awesome. All right, well, that's it. Yeah, that was it. That was everybody off the line. So I'll go through the tracker one more time, and then we're going to close this one out. I'll come back at 1 o'clock and do another update for everybody. But it looks like Daniel Sanders is, let's see, we got some at the finish, actually. So Sanders hasn't made it to the finish yet. He should be coming in next, though, and he was first at the last check at 2:06, right? Let's see who was first. Yeah, Sanders. So we're going to have to wait and see when he comes in. but he's looking pretty good as long as he could hold his lead there. Looks like Benavides is in second. We got Brabeck might be third, and he's probably going to get bumped to third. He's in second right now, and then we have his teammate Tosha, who won yesterday, is sitting in third, most likely going to get bumped to fourth. So that's it. They started right at 8, so it actually took them a little bit longer, right? It took them about 3.5 hours to finish the stage today, so a little longer than they were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So we'll come back and check on them in just a second. And then the cars have gone through, most of them are through 71. So that's a look at your leaderboard right there for you guys. And that's that. All right. Well, yeah, thanks again, guys, for coming on and doing some commentary. We got a couple more stages. You guys are welcome if you're around the next couple days. Hopefully we have some live camera. I don't think we're going to have any live camera at the start of the not tomorrow, but the next day when they're at the marathon stage in the middle of the desert. I don't think they have any service out there, unfortunately. So we're gonna try, but I don't know if we're gonna have anything that day. So we'll see. So
Alrighty. Well,
all right.
No,
Steve.
yeah,
Good
awesome.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
Thanks a
again,
lot.
guys.
Can't wait.
We will talk to you later.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right.
All right, have a
guys.
good night. Bye.
You too.